Pag-usapan rin po natin ang Mayon Volcano na nasa alert level 3 at nasa linya po ng telepono. Walang iba kundi ang DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchaliana. Magandang umaga po, Secretary Rex.
Umaga Ninya, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat, sa inyong nakikinig at sa lahat ng kasama natin sa programa ngayong umaga. Umaga.
Opo. Sec, kumusta po ngayon ang mga tulong na ibinibigay ng DSWD? Kayo po ba ay nandiyan or nagpunta sa Albay para tingnan yung sitwasyon?
Well, kahapon nandun ako buong araw. Kasama ko yung team namin. Nakipag-ugnayan tayo sa lokal na mga pamahalaan. Nagpulong muna tayo kasama ni Governor Noel Rosal, pati na rin ang mga mayor ng affected municipalities. Una, ang assurance, ang direksyon ng ating Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., siguraduhin na sa ganitong mga kalamidad, wala dapat nagugutom. Kaya nga, ang aming preparation para sa lahat ng klaseng sakuna, nangyayari yan araw-araw, 365 days a year. Hindi yung nag-aantay pa tayo ng sakuna bago tayo mag-i-imbak ng food packs. Bago pa nag-alburuto si Mayon last week, meron na tayong 150,000 na family food packs on the ground sa Albay at sa iba nating regional warehouses sa Region 5, sa Bicol Region. So ready tayo rumisponde. Pero on top of that, nagpadala pa tayo ng isang 100,000 para umabot ng 250,000 ang on-the-ground natin na supplies. Kasi, Ninya, nung nag-alert level 3, ang bilis eh. From alert level 2 to alert level 3 in 1 week's time or less than 1 week, 1,000 na families na ang nasa evacuation center. Ito yung mga pamilya na nakatira sa 6-kilometer radius na danger zone. So, sinisigurado natin na yung mga nasa evacuation center, may pagkain. Bukod doon, may matutulugan, yung mga family kits natin. At lahat pa ng kailangan nilang gamitin na mga kagamitan habang nasa loob sila ng evacuation center. Alam natin na hindi komportable sa evacuation center, pero we'll try to make it as comfortable as possible. Pero Ninya, bukod doon, kaya ako pumunta ng Albay, nagprepare na kami ng provincial government, ng mga local government, kung biglang umakyat ng alert level 4. Kasi pag alert level 4, lalawak yung sakop ng danger zone. At ang tinitignan natin ng mga pamilya na maapektuhan, 14,000. Kahit umabot tayo doon, ready ang DSWD na tumulong sa mga biktima, pati na rin sa ating mga local government unit para makaresponde sila na maayos.
Opo, Sec, good morning. Mix Busos po ito. Salamat po sa inyong update at alam nga natin na ready po ang DSWD at least from the food packs at sa mga iba pa pong mga kagamitan. At least, sir, sa Albay, just to give us a picture, yung sitwasyon po ng mga evacuation centers. Kasi sanay po tayo kapag mapag-usapan kapag may mga bagyo, a few days. Pero ito, parang aabutin po itong mga extended number of days eh. Comfort din po is one big factor para po sa mga pamilya, especially pag mas malalaki po mga pamilya, lalo na may mga bata pa.
Next, nung sumali ako sa departamento nung 2023, I joined January 31 eh. 1 month later, sumabog na si Mayon. So, roughly 3 years ago, we had the same experience. That time, umabot ng 6 na buwan yung evacuation center. Yung eruption, so the evacuation centers ran for almost 6 months. And kinaya natin sustaining the food, the other necessities inside the evacuation center. But makes you have to remember 2 things. Number 1, ang nagmamanage ng mga evacuation centers are the local government unit. Kami, taga-suporta kami ng mga local government unit. And kahapon, the second part of what I was about to say, when I went around the evacuation centers kahapon, you can say na yung local government led by the province, led by Governor Rosal and the mayors, handa sila eh. I guess living under the foot of Mayon and this happening so many times, na yung mga residente kalmado, dala-dala nila yung mga gamit nila. Yung mga local government units knew what to do. In fact, ang tinignan ko kapon doon yung compliance nila na yung mga evacuation center, meron bang child-friendly spaces, meron bang lactating rooms, meron bang women-safe spaces. Meron pa nga sila umabot yung isang evacuation center na pati yung mga alaga, yung mga household pets, may lalagyan sila. Tapos meron din silang provision or ibang evacuation center kung saan nilalagay yung livestock, yung mga baka, kalabaw ng mga magsasaka na maapektuhan. So I can tell you na it may not be comfortable, it may not be the most perfect situation kasi living in an evacuation center is really hard. Pero the local government has done what they can do. They're quite prepared, and kami we're ready to go the mile kahit pumagal to make it as comfortable as possible for the evacuees.
Opo.
And Nina, Migs, madagdag ko lang. Siyempre, yung livelihood affected na. It's
Yes.
one thing na may evacuation center ka na safe ka. Pero it's another thing paano yung hanap buhay mo na hindi ka makapasok dun sa farmlands mo na nasa radius. Paano yung mga magsasaka? We also spoke about cash for work, meaning the department will pay you minimum wage for you doing tasks or work for the local government. Halimbawa, pag-aayos ng mga evacuation center to make sure na yung upkeep maayos or other tasks that can make you productive para habang tumagal to, hindi naman yung idle ka lang. Kasi sabi nga nila saan, mga magsasaka to, so sanay na sanay magbatak ng buto to. So hindi pwede yung nakaasa lang sa binibigay ng gobyerno. They want to work for it. So not only did we discuss food, not only did we discuss evacuation, we also spoke about interim livelihood.
Opo, and this could drag on for months kasi nga po, 'di ba?
6
Like what
months from our
happened.
last experience.
Yes, parang kumbaga kaya niyo po masustain po ito, no? Sabi niyo nga dito sa 250,000 family food packs on the ground, hanggang kailan po itong 250,000 and kailan niyo i-replenish ito kasi if it drags on for months.
We replenish every day.
Okay.
Our production lines
Opo.
don't stop. 365 days a year, our production line in Manila and in Cebu, kasi kumukuha rin kami doon, tuloy-tuloy yan. Kaya kung matatandaan nyo, late last year, sabay-sabay yung mga earthquake, bagyo, we were able to respond sabay-sabay. Kasi we always maintain a national stockpile. Before nga, middle of last year, that national stockpile of family food packs reached 4 million food packs spread across 1,000 warehouses nationwide. So we're omnipresent everywhere, and we have all the necessary equipment or necessary logistics to help. Alam nyo, as one sa mayor, sa local government code, and sa disaster laws natin, ang response naman talaga lies with the local government unit. Pero ang utos ng ating Pangulo is to make sure that we are able to support the local government units kasi alam natin maliliit yung iba sa kanila. Sila ang might not be able to sustain. Kami, we can. So one of the schemes na ginawa natin 3 years ago nung unang eruption na when I was a secretary, inuulit na natin ngayon sa Albay. 15 days food supply binibigay na namin sa mga LGU o kayo na magpakain sa evacuation center. And the next 15 days, sila naman, they'll use their fund. And then babalik kami after 15 days. Kumbaga may food relay every 15 days para ma-sustain natin. Para using national resources, national government resources, using local government resources, masustain natin to for as long as it takes.
Opo. Sek, paano po ang medical needs ng ating mga kababayan?
Well, DOH is already on the ground. Nakita ko yung mga field operators nila kasi ang DOH is, they also run regional offices. So from my understanding, si Secretary Herbosa has also mobilized his equipment. You might want, I don't want to speak for DOH, pero
Yes.
nakita ko kasi kahapon doon yung mga medical trucks niya. So kami, we were deploying mobile kitchen para hindi lahat puro relief goods, diba? We also cook fresh food. Nandun na rin yung mga water trucks namin. Nandun na rin yung mga mobile command centers namin. Nakita ko naman yung mga mobile clinics ng DOH going around. So, I think that aspect is also being covered.
Opo. And I don't know if you can answer, ito naman tungkol sa edukasyon, no? So kung na-disrupt yung livelihood, malamang na-disrupt rin yung schooling ng
Pag-aaral.
ating mga mag-aaral. Paano po yung ganong sitwasyon?
Can I just give you a top-line answer? Pero I think si Secretary Angara will be in a better position, no? Yesterday I was there kasi nakita ko, and every disaster, nakikita ko yung provision ng DepEd. Meron silang learning continuity plan. And these plans are adaptive to the area. Like in Albay kahapon, nakita ko, yung school na ginawang evacuation center is near another school that is not used as an evacuation center. So, nag-consolidate muna sila ng school operations doon sa non-evacuation school. So, kwento sa ng principal, that's the learning continuity plan that they have submitted early on for this type of scenarios. So, maraming ganong learning continuity plan ang DepEd. They're also ready kasi alam natin once in a while talagang tinatamaan tayo ng mga ganitong kalamidad. So, I'm sure si Secretary Angara is prepared. Meron siyang numerous modalities of learning continuity.
Yan. Kasi kaya ako naman po kayo tinanong kasi sabi niyo nagpunta po kayo at we appreciate na nandito po kayo ngayon sa amin live, ano? Kasi minsan nahirapan rin kami matawagan yung ibang departments, ano? But it's good to know na at least kahit papano, no, meron kaming naririnig na ginagawa ng kanilang mga departments even if it's not from their departments.
Nina, Migs, kasi the President has been on top of every single calamity. President Marcos has been nakatutok siya lagi dyan pag may kalamidad. And he already established the working format. So DSWD comes in with the immediate food supplies. We come in also for the cash provision kasi alam natin yung food box, hindi lahat ng kailangan mo ng isang pamilya matatagpuan doon. So dapat may emergency cash transfers or cash for work. And then the SUD is tasked to come up with temporary housing kung tatagal pa. Do you remember nung earthquake, they came up with those smart homes? Yung parang container vans na well-ventilated para hindi naman nasa tent lang yung mga mamamayan natin.
Yes.
And then DepEd has their learning continuity plans and DOH has their health continuity plans as well. Ang utos ng Pangulo is work together, work as a team kasi alam natin ang disaster, not one department can really handle it.
Alright. Mapunta naman po tayo sa Mount Canlaon na nasa alert level 2 po ngayon, Secretary Rex. Meron rin po ba tayong contingency plans para sa kanila?
Yeah, yun, tumagal yun. Halos 1 year kaming nagsusupply ng pagkain sa mga LGU. Bagamat na nag-decamp na karamihan sa kanila, nakatutok pa rin tayo doon. But when they were still encamped or meron pang mga evacuation centers, tuloy-tuloy yung working with the local government unit on the food relay. Meaning, kailan kami papasok, kailan sila papasok, para hindi yung sabay-sabay dadating tapos bukas wala na. So, meron rin noon. And we also issued out financial assistance. Pero remember, these areas ng Canlaon, tinamaan rin ng bagyong Tinio severely. So we're still helping them out kasi naging biktima ng Canlaon, naging biktima ulit ng Tinio.
Yes.
So up to this day, even nung Pasko, tuloy-tuloy yung financial assistance natin. And in the coming days, we'll immediately relaunch the program kasi nagpahinga lang yung mga social worker natin nung Pasko, nung New Year na nga, actually hindi nung Pasko. And we're planning to stage the payouts again, hopefully in 2 weeks' time or as early as next week.
Sec, last question na lang po from me. Syempre po, for an extended period of time, pagdating naman po sa usaping welfare po ng ating mga kababayan, yung kanilang moral, yung kanilang motivation, yung kanilang mental health, paano din po yan tinututukan ng DSWD?
Actually, there are twofold. Pagdating sa mental health, well-equipped yung DOH dyan. Secretary Herbosa has spoken about deploying and he's been deploying grief counselors or trauma counselors kasi yan ang expertise ng DOH. Pero our social workers are also on the ground doing psycho-emotional or psychosocial interventions. Kaya kanina narinig nyo yung nakwento ko yung child-friendly spaces. For instance, for kids, importante yun eh. Well, na-disrupt yung buhay mo but there should be spaces where they can play, they can learn, while all of these are ongoing. We try to insulate them to the best of our abilities. So pinagtutulungan namin yan ng DOH. While they deploy their mental wellness counselors and their trauma counselors, our social workers are also doing the psychosocial interventions, lalong-lalo na for families who are quite vulnerable. Yung may nagbubuntis, may senior, may solo parent, or may PWDs. The most vulnerable of the vulnerable. So it's a whole-of-government approach, DOH and DSWD together.
Opo. You mentioned financial assistance. Ano pong klaseng financial assistance yung binibigay po natin sa mga ganitong, tama ba? Ito ba yung affected in crisis situations? Yung parang AICS?
No.
Iba po yun.
Yeah, marami kasi kaming modality.
Maraming kasing
Yung
crisis.
assistance to individuals in crisis situation,
Opo.
we can use that. Pero dito ang ginagamit namin will be the cash for work modality. As I mentioned kanina, Nina, yung mga farmers kasi, as I explained, tama naman, they're used to working. They're not used to just getting handouts. So ang request ng mga mayors kahapon when we met was cash for work na lang. Kasi these people are able-bodied. They can be helpful and productive in the response ng disaster. So the moment I get the list this afternoon, we will now be employing them for an initial 30 days. Iba pa to dun sa ginagawa ng DOLE na tupad. We have crisis, calamity-driven cash for work para they earn their keep. So that's what we're doing. That's a form of financial assistance kasi naantala yung livelihood niya but we'll replace it with something.
What about yung sagip? Ano po ang nangyari doon? Dahil may nababalita na natanggalan ng budget. Sa inyo po yun, di ho ba? Tama po ba? Secretary
What
Rex?
sagip?
Yung
I'm not
sagip
sure what
program
you're referring
po,
to, Nina.
hindi
It's
po
not
sa inyo
ours.
yun. All right.
Nope.
Okay. So, Sec, siguro in general na lang po, no, paano po makakahingi ng tulong ang ating mga kababayan na
Ako, as simple as
nangangailangan?
1, 2, 3. One, pumunta kayo sa pinakamalapit na DSWD office. Ang aming mga office ay nakapublish sa aming mga Facebook account. 2, hindi nyo kailangan kumuha ng kahit na anong referral. 3, dalhin nyo lang ang ID at patunay ng inyong pangangailangan. Whether it's a medical billing ng hospital, a promissory note, kontrata ng serbisyo ng burial assistance. That's as simple as it is. 1, 2, 3. Come to our office. 2, no need for any referral. 3, bring your ID and proof ng inyong pangangailangan.
Ayun, kasi nga yung mga GL po, no, hindi na po kailangan.
Kami nag-i-issue ng GL namin are social workers, pero it's not issued by a politician. Ang amin, pumunta na lang kayo sa tanggapan namin, kami na bahala tumulong sa inyo.
Ayan, so,
Dumiretso na kayo sa aming mga tanggapan.
ayun po. So, hindi galing sa politiko.
Mix,
Opo.
if I can just clarify again what I'm saying, ang DSWD stands for Department of Social Welfare and Development. Iba po yun doon sa minsan narinig nyo yung CSWD. Kasi minsan, akala nila kami rin yun na sa loob ng mga city hall. Quite the contrary, those are local social welfare offices. Pwede kayo lumapit doon, under kay Mayor yun, pero yung aming mga opisina are stand-alone DSWD offices. So, pwede na kayo humingi sa inyong lokal na social welfare office, pwede pa kayo humingi ulit sa national. Yung national yan, yung DSWD. And again, all our Facebook account, all our official Facebook account has all the addresses of our offices.
Opo. Alright, maraming salamat, Secretary Rex Gatchalian ng DSWD. Thank you for your time, Sec.
Ninia, Migs, maraming salamat. Magandang tanghali.
Thank you, Sec.